In this demo we are going to configure a Virtual Studio number 4 that we can use to switch console 1 on or off air. This setup makes it possible to use the hardware control service for recording or voice tracking, while the playout system is on air with Virtual Console 4. To do this, we go to the console 1 to 4 configuration page and select page 3 bus configuration. We are going to configure a virtual bus. Normally, the program bus is the on-air bus. Now, we are going to make a new bus that we call on-air and use buses 31 and 32. With this bus that is assigned to console 4, we are going to switch the console 1 buses to on-air. We now have created a new on-air bus. We go back to the console 1 to 4 configuration page and to the matrix settings page 7 called Destination Configurations. We see here at position number 1 the label Transmitter as default. This setting we will change to on-air. So the transmitter now gets a signal from the on-air bus. Now we need to switch the program bus to the on-air bus. We go back to the console 1 to 4 configuration page and to module settings page 11, module settings. We go to console number 4 consisting out of modules 29, 30, 31 and 32. We click on module 29 and on preset 1A we choose a source, and this source is the program bus. We also switch the module to yes in the used source select column and on in the default value column. This is the program bus we want on air and route it to the on-air bus. The default of the fader setting is off. We go back to console 1 to 4 configuration page and to hardware settings page 14, service configuration, where we will activate this function. We go to the position MUMMINET address 13, node name UI CRM P1 of console 4 and click on Configure in the settings column. Here you see two unused switches on position 1035 and 1040 that I want to program for the on-air and off-air function. Let's see where they are on the front panel. I've already put a label in the switches. You see Studio on air and below this switch Studio off air. So these switches need to switch the program signal from the Studio on or off air. We are going to program the switch by selecting the label configure. This is a module function because it's about module 29. The activity is fader on. No, the activity is fader and on active. So the moment this switch is pushed in module 29, the virtual on switch goes on and the virtual fader goes up and the module becomes active. An opposite function is located here on position 1040. Module 29 fader and on inactive. But if we choose the function fader and on active / inactive, you see here below an alternating switch function could be programmed with one switch doing the same. Now we have chosen that one switch will turn the module on and the second switch will turn the module off. We go back to the main page console 1 to 4 configuration and then to bus configuration page 3 mix bus functions. What we have programmed is a function that assigns a program signal on or off the on-air bus. In this way we can go virtually to the transmitter by way of the on-air bus and have mixer 1, 2 or 3 available for other purposes. We could also assign a second input to console 4 for a non-stop signal. We go back to the main menu page and to module settings page 11. Let's assume we want on modules 30 input another studio signal. The studio comes in at preset 1A line 1. We change the modules processing to yes and on. And we make line 1 the non-stop input on position 22 by selecting first the main menu and matrix settings page 5. So you see, also here we can configure switches and turn a console on or off air, or switch the non-stop music system on or off air.